Hey, hello there, RJB here, and we return for another beautiful match of Starcraft Brood War Remastered on Fastest Map. Today we've got in store a match between Hamburger and 458, all the way back from 2018. A long time ago. But this is and should be a pretty damn good match. Hamburger here right next to 458. 458 there on the Protoss, of course, as is the usual. On the bottom left of the map. And on the bottom middle of the map, got Hamburger Sasu actually exactly right next to him. Very close proximity between these two players, and that means that these two players are going to go at it hard right from the start, non-stop until the end. It will be a lot of action. Now, I do think the spawn location here is good and bad for both players. There are advantages of being so close to your opponent, and there are massive disadvantages as well. But it all depends on what build order are they going to do in the early game. If 458 goes for early Nexus, then I do see that Hamburger Sasu is going to give himself a nice little bit amount of time to get a little bit stronger on a very small choke. But if 458 goes for very early gateways, that might just completely change. But as we can see, already on 350 minerals, he's going for a Nexus first. And 458 now knows that Hamburger Sasu is exactly right next to him. The Overlord has found him, and likewise, because the Overlord finds 458, 458 knows where Hamburger is located. Goes for the Forge first, just to be safe. In some cases, when you don't get scouted as the Protoss, you can go for a triple gateway before you make a Forge. But in this case, he wants to be safe, because he doesn't know if early Zerglings are on the way to cheese him or not. Because that is an option when you find the Protoss this early on, and you see that during a +1 Nexus, you can try to cheese them. But it looks like Hamburger Sasu is actually taking some liberal risks by making another hatchery before he starts his pool. His pool is pretty late. But because he's got the information that 458 doesn't have any units able to move out into the middle and attack, he feels safe, dulls the pool, gets an extra hatchery, gets even another extra hatchery. And yeah, the choke is going to be late, but there's nothing to hurt him or harm him, except an annoying probe there trying to get some damage down on some drones. Doesn't really get much damage down on the drones, almost kills one of them, but he himself is also dying, so better just to move away, get the safety, and keep getting information. Two Sunkens there are going to come up in the front. Actually, he's going for just one. The Overlord still hanging there in the front. There's a cannon on the way there at the Nexus, and I don't see a Cyber Core yet. He's going to just keep making some Zealots to force Hamburger Sasu to at least invest more money into that choke here in the front. Because if no units are on the way, Hamburger Sasu can stay on 1 or 2 Sunkens for a very long time. That is going to save him a lot of money, because the drones will be mining minerals, and he isn't spending the minerals themselves or the drones themselves on Sunkens in the front. Which means the money could go elsewhere, if not for the Zealots that are now spawning. So 6 Zerglings, he still went for 6 Zerglings in total. He's blocking off all these small access points, which 458 can walk through into Hamburger's base. So he's also sealing off the front there with Zerglings, blocking those small little passages. 458 might go for the Cyber Core. It's a little bit later than usual because he added on another gateway as well. And he really did go ham on the Zealot production. But because he only had a single assimilator, he isn't actually falling behind that much. He isn't really losing out on much because he's only getting a very small amount of gas, mostly focusing on his minerals. So only mining gas with 4? He's using 4 probes out of 3. He's only mining from a single one. So there's actually a little bit of inefficiency going on there. You want to mine gas with 3 probes, not 4. 3 is the perfect number. So he has to put 1 or 2 on that one below to get more gas income. But he hasn't noticed yet that it's 4 probes, so it doesn't... You know, this is an advantage for Hamburger Sasu. It's super small, practically non-existent. You know, technically, it's there. Zerg is coming in there to stop that choke from coming down. Gonna do some harassment. Gonna try to sneak up on those cannons and cancel them. But 458 pulls probes to the front, Zealots to the front there to try and stop these Zerglings from killing the probes and killing the cannons. But that cannon there on the top side does go down. Gonna micro his way out of there. Gonna try to get on top of the last one, but the last one is untouched. And the cannon comes up. The front is secured, which means that we're now gonna see a bunch of robos being thrown down here in the front, in the choke. Because why? Well, he could build them on the middle here, but might as well build them here inside his own base. The distance is a little bit longer, but at least nothing is exposed on the middle. What the Hamburger is going to focus on is just attacking straight into 458's base. There's actually nothing for him to really contain or block, because they're right next to each other. All he has to do is cover this little distance, and he's attacking 458. So a contain is much harder when you're right next to the Zerg than if you're further away. So if you're further away, you can actually keep yourself away from harm very easily. But here we see 458 going for a frontal attack, and Hamburger's house getting punished for not making enough sunkens. He was really trying to force all the small little advantages he could by not spending minerals on his choke. And now he's paying the price. So in the end, it backfires. He could have spent a couple more minerals on the choke, or maybe kept more Zerglings in his choke to defend against the Zealots, but now it is all backfiring. More Zerglings now, though, are on the way, but the Zergling count isn't actually that great. The Zealots are, at the moment, too strong to fight into. But he has to spend money on Zerglings. He has to spend money on Sunkens to try and remedy the situation. He does seem to be winning in the end, but it cost him about 8 Sunkens in total, and I think about 10 Zerglings or 12 Zerglings as well. That is a huge, huge hit there in favor of 458. He's already saying that he's won this fight. He's saying that the score is already 5-4. This is a game from a very long best of 9 or something. And I'm not gonna cast all of them because a couple matches in there are very long. So just picked this one single match. I might grab a couple others from the set for another time, but I just wanted to do a Protoss against Zerg like this between 2 top level players. The best of the best at their respective races. In the end, though, Hamburger lost a lot of drones, being forced to build a lot of Sunkens in the front and losing those Sunkens as well. But at least he has 7 hatcheries here in the back. So he is able to get a lot of drones very quickly when he needs them. 458, though, not planning on relenting and giving up on the pressure. Another wave of Zealots coming in, but this time he might actually have blocked off the entrance rather well. Now there's this hatchery in the front that he has to go through first, and in the process trying to take it down, he is losing most of his circling Zealots, and that might actually not have been worth it. He does open up the pathway, he does open it up, but he doesn't really kill much at all, and I do think the hatchery itself was cancelled. Not killed, it was cancelled. So almost nothing lost there for Hamburger, and a couple Zealots did go down. Once again, that's a small win for Hamburger, who's now in 54 drones. He's just been droning up super hard, hardcore, mega hard. Get as many drones as he can, and it worked out, He was dancing on the edge. He has only about 10 Hydralisks to defend himself with against drops, but the drops are a little bit slow this time around, because 458 went for a lot more gateways than you usually would before a drop. So he did get some pressure down on Hamburger, but hasn't dropped yet. And now there's a great time window for Hamburger Sasu to get some Overlords and get a lot of Hydralisks. But at the moment he is supply stuck, so he has to wait a little while before he can start mass producing those Hydralisks. It's gonna take a short little while. And in that little time frame where Hamburger Sasu cannot make Hydralisks, 458 actually has a pretty good time window. He doesn't know that he has a time window, but he has a pretty good time window here, in which he can get a lot of shuttles, units ready, and fly them into Hamburger Sasu's base. But Hamburger Sasu now has his Overlords finishing up, and he has 16 Hydralisks on the way, a couple more Overlords as well, and 2 Evo Chambers for upgrades. He hasn't started on a Spire, a Queen's Nest yet. He's just going all in on the mass Hydralisks, because Hydralisks are cheap, diverse, and mobile. You can move them around wherever you want very quickly, and when they die, you just make a couple of new ones, and they spawn very quick. We're right now 65 probes. Level 1 attack has finished. Level 1 armor is on the way. Dragoon range also finally on the way, and Scarab damage following that gravitic boosters for the shuttles. Tempest Archive finishes as well, so Templar Storm's also soon on the way. Hamburger is preparing himself really well here with those 46 drones. He used a couple of those drones to build mass sunkers in the front and build some extra gazers and hatcheries. But the money he's got coming in right now is sufficient. It is good enough. It is good enough for now. For now, all he has to do is make a lot of high risks and make sure that this next drop, well, this is actually the first drop from 458, doesn't connect, doesn't deal significant damage. Comes in, flies in, lands on top of the Hydralisk. The Reavers get shut down immediately, but a huge chunk of Hydralisk goes down within the blink of an eye to a single Scarab shot. Now the Zealots are chasing down the Hydralisk, but there's so many Hydralisks coming from every single direction, getting a great surround there on the Zealots. The Zealots will kill some Hydras, will get some mileage down, but in the end, Hamburger doesn't lose his drones, doesn't lose too many of his Hydras, and lives to tell another tale. But once again, another wave of Zealots are coming in. He's trying to keep at the pressure as much and as hard as he can. Just non-stop dropping of Zealots that are coming in production. The mass wave of Reavers also being mixed up as a switch up on the Zealot drop. So he is trying to get a very strong foothold here in this little portion here, where he can just send in units non-stop over the hill very quickly as he keeps mass producing from his robos and from his gateways to keep the pressure up and hopefully try to prevent Hamburger from growing too big. But honestly, 2 hatcheries there, and we've got 9 here on the other side for a total of 12 here in the back. He's got all the Evo chambers he needs. He's got Spire and Queen Nest now also on the way. He might already have Overlord Transport and Speed. Ooh, that drop there goes very, very wrong. Very wrong, not what he was looking for. Most of the Reavers go down within the blink of an eye. Doesn't achieve anything at all. Kills some units, but kills almost nothing at all. The loss there was greater for 458 than what he gained. Still in a supply lead. Still consistently sending out attacks, trying to harm his opponent, but hasn't managed to do so yet. Comes in once again, flies in. A lot of Reavers this time around, jumping all around. Ooh, the Hydras though. Loses about almost all his Hydras, but another small group comes in. The Sunka there helps out as well, and the Reavers don't get anything done again. The idea is very good, but not really succeeding all that much. Templar on the high ground tries to storm the Hydras to open a pathway, but Hamburger with 2 quick responds to it really well, dodges most of the storm and kills the shuttle, and prevents loss of life here at his minerals. Hive now on the way. Level 1 attack finished, level 1 carapace soon finishing as well. 458 now 1 armor, 1 weapon, only on double forge, but not using both of them. Level 2 weapon is on the way. He's got 10 robos here. Yeah, 10 robos there, that's a lot of Reaver and Shuttle production. He's going to spam out those attacks, or at least he's going to try to spam them out as fast as he can. And kill as many Hydras as he can, and hopefully slowly progress deeper into Hamburger's space. Hamburger is very good with spreading out his Hydras. He's going in from every single direction, gets a great surround. He's going to try to kill the Spire at least, but the Spire is not going to go down. The Spire stays alive, and he kills a very small amount of Hydralisk. It actually didn't work out that well. Now 458 might start to suffer from having a small base. He does have a lot of robos, and as I said, the robos are very strong because the Reavers, you can just keep spamming them. You make 4 shuttles, 5 Reavers every single wave, and then you send them into the fray. Well, 5 and 5 maybe. Oh, Templars now on the scene. Templars are storming. The storms are going wide, but he hits about 8 or 9. So he did get something in the end, but that is not what he was hoping to hit. That was not what he was trying to get. For gain, he wanted to hit harder, but he couldn't hit hard enough. Not hard enough. Great Aspire, they're on the way. The switch up into Guardian is going to be very important for Hamburger. He's getting Lurkers first, though, around his Hive. Because whenever 458 drops units around the Hive, they get taken down by the Lurkers. Probably one of the best defensive things you can do. A couple Lurkers in your base around your minerals. It just makes life so much easier. Alright, this time it's a pretty massive Reaver drop there. He started firing the Reavers, trying to take them out as fast as he can. Takes down 2 of them, 4 of them are still alive. Comes right to take down the Great Spider to prevent the Guardians. Hydras are spawning everywhere. Now Hydras are stuck here in the back. Among them from every single direction. I do think the Reavers are going to go down because there's simply too many Hydras to spread out for the Reavers to all mow down too quick. And once again, somewhat easily defended. It looks very easy. But really, the preparation in spreading out all your Hydras and sending them in a very well-controlled manner and target firing the Reavers sounds easy, but it isn't as easy as it appears. A couple zealots there being thrown into the meat grinder just to open up some supply space for more reavers, because he's going to go for a mass reaver drop or something, although I don't see anything at all at the moment. Reavers are on the way, but I don't... Oh, wait, he went in here, he went in. I missed the drop. He gets in, gets a pretty good hit off on the drones, gets some pretty good hits off on the hive as well. 1500 HP on the hive, dead and gone. 1000 HP still remaining, but that is not that much. Another mass reaver drop landing on the spot and shooting an entire load of reaver scarabs onto that hive is going to take it down. So Hamburger has to maybe get a couple more lurkers in the back. But he's low on gas at the moment because he just spent a lot of his gas on the lurkers. Are the lurkers? Oh, wait, here. These are the lurker eggs. Yeah, he's planning on getting even more lurkers around his hive just to ensure that the hive is never going to go down. Orvade is going to try to mix in some disruption webs, I feel. Though I don't see his fleet beacon yet. He's playing this very, very defensively. A lot of cannons coming down here on the side. Yeah, Fleet Beacon is right there. Yes, so yes, he's definitely going for Disruption Web. Got a Queen and Snare on the way there for Hamburger and a Queen as well. Triple Queen. Triple Queen might be what he needs to slow down those shuttles as they come flying in to at least prevent the loss of his hive. Comes in with a distraction of Corsairs and lands here on the top side. Pretty smart move here, actually. Going to try to chase down those Overlords. Reavers are landing on the lookout. Reavers getting surrounded once again. Not killing anything that he needs, but at least he's getting something done. But the surround is deadly. The surround is deadly. And Hamburger defends it once again without effort. Orvade is doing the right things, although he might also try to just bust through the front door. Although with this many Hydralisks, busting through the front door might no longer be a viable option. But hasn't been working that well. It hasn't been working that well. He's fast, he's doing it accurately, but the Reavers aren't landing the scarabs that they have to hit. Well, this time around, no, too close to the Sunkens there. Too close to the Sunkens, and once again the Reavers go down very quickly. He does take down 20 or so Hydras, but that is about it. There hasn't been a money shot so far. There hasn't been anything of which you can decisively say that, alright 458, this is what you were aiming for. Everything has fallen short, but he is on the way. He's on the way. He's keeping on track. 112 upgrades there on his gateway units. Hamburger's house on double 2 for his Hydras, his heirs on 0-0. He lost his Greatest Spire earlier, so now he's making a new one to get Guardians. Queens are on the side there to slow down this mass of Corsairs and Shuttles. Comes in for the bottom side. And Snare comes down as fast as he could possibly land it. Reavers landing there very close to the drones in the hive. Storms on the lurkers and misses the drones. The Reavers went down pretty damn quick. Didn't get a single hit off on the hive. Oh no, the drones are dodging back into the storm and he takes down about 21 drones there in total. That was a pretty good drone hit. That was a pretty good storm. About 20. I think he lost about 20 of his drones there to the storm. He was a little bit too eager to put them back to work. A little bit too early. But nothing to worry about. He's got 4,000, now 3,000 minerals. Just makes 2 waves of drones. Gives them a hotkey group, a group number hotkey. And sends them to the minerals. And they're back to work. All because he went for so many hatcheries so early on into the match. He hasn't made many hatcheries at all since then. Mostly been focused on defending against these waves of shuttle attacks that 458 has been trying to throw down on him. Hasn't had the opportunity yet to go for a counterattack or to move out of space. He's been forced to defend. That is the thing. Even though 458 isn't really landing the big shots, isn't really landing the massive hits, he's forcing Hamburger to stay in the defensive style, in the defensive mode, to hold back, to not yet go for the attack. And Hamburger is actually using that to his full advantage. He's building mass spores and sunkens on the sides of his base just to ensure that nothing is going to get unloaded here on this side. Orvade now goes in with a frontal attack. He's decided that, alright, I've done enough of this. It's time to mix it up to the traditional style of Protoss against Zerg. That is frontal attacks mixed up with shuttle drops. But now there's mass scorches. Ooh, he lands on the right. He lands on a great side of the base there. Goes straight for this Greatest Spire and the Spire. There's another Greatest Spire there though, but he does take down at least one Greatest Spire, some Zergans as well, but again, not the massive hit he was looking for, but he did take down a small portion of the choke there. More Sunkens have been thrown down by Hamburger there, so the choke is being replenished. He's got double Defilers then, Defiler mount as well. I don't see any Defilers themselves yet though. But yeah. A high-paced game of shuttle mass Reaver drops. I don't know if he has Disruption Web yet, because Disruption Web would be amazing here. Just to ensure that the Reavers on the low ground cannot get attacked by the Hydralisks. I've seen him do it before. 458 is very good at it, but he hasn't done that yet. I would really like to see him do it though. I do think it would be a great thing for him to do. He takes down the Queen to stop the Ensnare. That's actually a pretty good snipe there. Pretty good snipe from 458. Chases away some Overlords as well. Now what is he going to do? Is he going to try to land on top of the Hive? Is he going to go for a drop there in the top corner? He's going to fly in deeper. He's going to try to go for the Hive for sure. Oh yes, going for the Hive. Lands in a really amazing spot there. Gets a couple great shots up on the Hive, but the Hive still has 460 HP left. Only took about 600, 700 HP off of the Hive. The attempt was very good. The unload was very good as well, but not the result he wanted. I've said it so many times this game, but every single time he's not getting the result that he wanted. It isn't working out as well as he hopes. Dragoons up on the hill. This is interesting. Pretty smart actually. There's only a single sunken on the low ground, so he's going to try to take down those spores there with the Dragoons up on the hill. Guardians come in to take them down though, so it's a short-lived attempt. He did take down the Sunken, but the spores are still upright and still alive. But now come in the Corsairs to try to take down those Guardians. But there's a Devourer there as well to debuff them. And also buffing the damage that they take, so they run away with their tails between their legs. Aiming to fight another day. So he's got about 12 hatcheries on this side, 13, another 5 there for 18, 20, 21, 22 hatcheries in total. This man can mass produce armies as fast as he wants, whenever he wants, within the blink of an eye. He's gonna be deadly once he starts rolling the engine. Comes in once again with a mass Reaver drop there right on top of all the Lurkers. No, he's flying past the Lurkers. He's gonna drop another group. Oh, he's gonna fly all the way through. He's gonna fly all the way into the end. The drones ran away to the other side, trying to get something done, but he can't get anything done again. It's just so hard to fight into an all turtled up Hamburger Sasu. He just has everything exactly in position as he wants it to, and he defends without issue whatsoever. The drone pools are amazing. He did lose about 20 drones again, but he doesn't care. He's got so many minerals, he's got so many guardians, he's got an army prepared, and he's moving out for the attack. Here onto the bottom corner of 458 base. Guardians move out, Corsair, the Devourers also there to help take down the Corsairs. There's no Templars at the moment ready and present to take down those Guardians. A little bit of an oversight from 458 to not have any Templars ready to storm those Guardians down to death, because Corsairs are not going to cut it. Upgrades at the moment are on 2, 2, 3. Still has level 3 shields and armor being researched, whereas Hamburger's house is maxed out on his Hydras, and it's 2-1 on his air. Corsairs come in there to take down the Guardians, but the Guardians getting support from the Devourers. The Dragoons are trying to save the day, but the Dragoons not really having much success. Templars have been queued up and are on the way to try and storm them down, but he still has to wait for storm energy before he can try and kill this and clean this up. So now 458 really has to amp up the pressure. He really has to get some results. But there are still so many Lurkers and Hydras there in the back that I don't really think that is going to be all that easy. I really don't think it's going to be all that easy. And a screenshot here. This is a nice screenshot. Yep, bam, screenshot there for the thumbnail. I might get another one later on into the game, but I do think that was a pretty good screenshot there for the thumbnail. So once again, he's going to try to land a drop there from the bottom corner. He's got a couple shuttles there balled up, ready to go in. The Dragoons are still attacking from the top side there, but there's almost no gateway units left at all. He's got a mass Reaver drop here, waiting to be loaded up into the base. But as I said before, the defense from Hamburger's house is really well done. He hasn't turtled up maximally, but he's turtling really well, using his Hylas as his main unit of defense. The Guardians, though, are forced to retreat. Most of them have been taken down. The Hydras are still there back at home. He's only using the Guardians and the Devourers to slowly peel away at the outer layers of 458's base. 458 has a lot of cannons, but he's actually not playing defensive at all. He's actually only, well, for a while, he was only focused on landing those killer Reaver drops. And usually those killer Reaver drops do take down the hive in a couple of attempts, but Hamburger's house has miraculously managed to avoid the loss of his hive. And the loss of his hive does hurt him a lot in his mineral income, but not so much in his gas income. His gas income will be safe and secure, but his mineral income will take a massive blow once the hive goes down. But not big enough though, not big enough to definitively say that the game is lost. Another wave of Guardians ready to go in, a wave of Overlords loaded up, and a Master up there on the way, coming in at the same time as Hamburger is moving out of the base. This might actually be quite disastrous. Hamburger turns around, gonna unload this Overlords on the scene. Mass Reavers are on the scene, gonna shoot on the hive. How many HP does the hive? Yeah, the hive is gone. The hive is dead and gone. It's all gone. And the Reavers also gone. The drones managed to mostly stay alive. He did lose about 14 of them, but as I said before, he's got a lot of minerals. He doesn't really care about the loss of his income as long as he can keep throwing out attacks non-stop from now on and here on out. And he's already doing so. He's already doing so. Corvate has spread himself really thin here in how he can defend himself. He's got 7 gateways. Not that much. He's only been focused on Star Gates and Star Ports. Wait, gateways. Stargates. Yeah, Stargates. Stargates. Stargates is the name. He's only been focused on Stargates and robotics facilities. And now he's actually getting attacked by something he isn't prepared for once again. No Dragoons, no Templars. He has 3 of them there in the back, but they're pretty far away. They do have some energy, I assume. Yeah, some energy. Some of them can storm twice, some can storm never, some can storm once. The Course is coming in for the top side there. There's only a single Devourer to debuff them, so the Course is going to clean this one up. And now Mass Overlords are coming in to drop some Hydras inside the base and start to bring down the terror and the pain. But the Reavers are clawing forward. The Hydras are spreading out. Going to try to take down the Reavers before the Reavers take them down. And he does so successfully. Beautiful double ensnare on single Dragoons, but still beautifully done. Doesn't do anything though, it's just there for style points. But you know, style points are nice. This is a great ensnare though, on the Corsairs. That's a great ensnare. Really gonna... Oh, the ensnare just ends. It just ended. More Guardians coming in once again. Hamburger is not giving up the pressure. This is real Zerg gameplay. Non-stop units coming in. Never given a moment of rest, because there's so many hatcheries that he can non-stop produce those units that he needs and send them in. And he has the APM to really make the best out of his attacks every single time he tries to go in. Also, a beautiful plague there on the Corsairs there with the Devourer there, the Deviler there up on the hill. Reavers do clean out most of the Hydras on the low ground. He does do it, he does succeed. Another wave of Corsairs coming in to take down the... Oh, beautifully done. This Corsairs really, really strong there with a little bit of control as well. A little bit of micro on the Corsairs. But again, another wave of units landing over the hill. Hamburger's house is not deciding to use the front door, because the front door has so many Reavers protecting it that Hydras trying to bust through the front door aren't going to break through. So this is his best shot. His best shot is landing units inside of Hamburger's base and hopefully try to peel away at the gateways and then hopefully break all the way through into the back. Great plague there once again. Great plague there once again. Yeah, that's a beautiful plague. Screenshot. I just really like that screenshot. I really like the sight of a plague. I like the sight of plague. It just has this sense of doom and dread. So now Forvey is still defending. He hasn't moved out for another Mass Reaver drop into Hamburger's base to take down those drones and secure and break his income once and for all. Hamburger's house is low on gas. He is spending all of his gas on Guardians and Devourers, so naturally he's low on gas, but he also hasn't really put all his drones back onto the gas. So not every single extractor is being used at the moment. Yes, now he goes for the frontal attack there. He's done. He's over. He's completely finished with the bottom corner here. He's just, you know what? Let's just go through the front door after all. And he's doing it with Guardians, which Reavers can't do anything against. And the Devourers are doing such an amazing job against the Corsairs, but the Storms are coming in clutch to force them away. And actually, this is the thumbnail of the century. This is the thumbnail of the century. Yes, let's make this one. Yeah, that's the one. Quickly hide the timer. Ooh. But you already know how long the game is, so the timer doesn't really matter all that much. Oh, he's broken through. Reavers on the low ground, though, trying to clear out all the ground units there. But the Guardians are coming in clutch to take down all the Reavers. And now there's Force coming in from the back, trying to take down the Guardians. But the Guardians are already too far into the base. The Reavers are crawling away, trying to save their lives, trying to save their hives. Hiveless can't reach the Guardian, these Reavers. The Guardians also taking some heavy damage there. Another Overlord drop there coming in. He's going to try to go for the minerals there in the backside. I do think he's going to go for the minerals. Or is he? They might be empty. They're empty. Units are just going to keep coming in from the front door. He's supply blocked at the moment because he lost those Overlords. Now Reavers are going to try to flank the Mass Hydras there in the front. The Guardians are chasing out the Reavers. Reavers trying to get picked up by the shuttles. They do get picked up by the shuttle. Beautifully done, but the Guardians are still hammering away. The pylon powering the robots has been taken down. And the robots themselves are also in danger of getting demolished. Templars are trying to storm the best they can to save the day, but Fort Fate doesn't have enough units to hold this. Hamburger's house is running out of money, somewhat. Somewhat running out of money. It went from 13,000 down to 4,000. He's still healthy enough with how much he's got. But there's a chance that 458 can stay upright and stay alive with what he has at the moment. Because he's building new robots on the bottom side, which Hamburger's house has to take down. But the Reavers in the front there got taken down. The Reavers in the front there got taken down, which now means that there's no opposition to take down those gateways. The goons are spawning, but the goons don't really pose much of a threat. There's two Reavers here trying to try to clear this all out. They are being protected by the shuttle and the cannons really well. Shuttle is almost dead there though, but he forces those Hydras away to the top side where he's now attacking the Stargates instead. Corsair is forced to run away. They're going to take down the Guardian and the Overlord first before running away to safety. There's currently no Guardians on the way from Hamburger Sasu. This game can still go either way. This game can still go either way because 458, even though he doesn't have much of a base left, is fighting a Hamburger Sasu that hasn't bothered to rebuild his drone count. He's still on 66 drones while long distance mining here, which means that his income is lower than if he had, his hive still. But the mass Hydras come in. There's two Reavers there behind the Stargate, hard to access, hard to attack, but he gets on top of them nonetheless. Going to take both of them down, but target firing. The robots there on the bottom side are being rebuilt. He's got more Reavers here ready to clear out the base and defend. Oh, this is close, this is intense. This is very intense. The Corsairs there in the back are eating up 458's supply, but considering he can't really make anything whatsoever anyway. Oh no, the Plagues! Or is it going to be Plagues or Swarms? What is he going to do? Swarms it is. Going to protect those Hydras from the cannons, and now there's only Reavers that can defend. Oh, this game is looking absolutely brutal. Penetrating all the way through into the backside there of his base, but Hamburger Sasu is running out of minerals. He only has 500 to 600 minerals left to spend. And units are going to go down here to the Reaver. The Reaver control there is so good. The Reaver stays alive on practically nothing at all. Practically nothing at all on that. Oh no, the Scourge is coming to take down the shuttles. He takes down the shuttle, but the Reaver unloads just in time. Can that single Reaver save the day and win the game? I honestly don't know. Although he's now building nothing there on the top side. Yeah, this is over. This is over. This looks as over as it can be. But those Reavers in the back, those 3 Reavers behind all the cannons, having a great day taking down all these units. Oh, another Plague there. Gonna make it much easier to take down those structures. Another... Oh, the Dark Swarms there coming in hot. 458 is... 458 really must be feeling this one. He was talking a couple times during the game. Oh no, the disruption webs come out to stop the Hydras from killing the main, but the main is gonna go down nonetheless because these Hydras on the top side are... Oh, is it... Oh, is he gonna get it? Yeah, he gets it in the end. He gets it in the end, but he still has 7... Oh no, the probes! The probes are being taken down by the lurker. Oh no, this is disastrous. 458 is getting destroyed. Literally. And figuratively. He is getting absolutely demolished. But Hamburger Sasu is very low on minerals, and he's having trouble replenishing his army. He's having real... Oh, never mind. There's Guardians on the scene now. Guardians coming in hot there, but there's Corsair to take down the Guardians. But there's also a Defiler, which can use Consume to get a Plague. Oh yeah, he's gonna use Dark Swarm instead. So what is he gonna do? Dark Swarm or a Plague? Oh, Plague there on the Corsairs, and now the defense against the air is gonna get taken down very quickly, very easily. More Reavers are there in the back. Corsairs also retreating there into the back. 458 is scrambling as hard as he can to rebuild his base as best as he can, but there's honestly not much he can do. The Corsairs there, another group of Corsairs that didn't get hit by the Plague, are gonna take down the Guardians and save the day. Now the Reavers here protecting the mineral line might have a chance to clear out the Hydras that are encroaching slowly but surely. more hiders have spawned, but the production from Hamburger is so low. It's so low. Another wave of Guardians being morphed there in the choke. He's just gonna ball up first before he goes in for the attack. But I don't know. 4-8 still has a lot of minerals left to build cannons with and scarabs with, and has a lot of minerals to build more reavers with as well. Although he is supply blocked at the moment. This game is way closer than it should be. Oh, the Blake! Oh, he's gonna try to go for a Reaver drop there. I think he's gonna try to go for a Reaver drop, although setting out his Reavers now could mean that he's going to die. Guardians come in there, Guardians gonna peel away at the outer layers. The Hydras are underneath to protect against the Corsairs. Of course, they get pulled in, but the Corsair's gonna... Oh, Disruption Web there to allow his Corsairs to take out the Guardians. That's actually really well played. Yeah, there's so many units bottling up here, and Hamburger is now playing this really smartly. He is showing a lot of restraint before he goes in to try and finish the job. 4-8 now is out of minerals himself as well, because he hadn't been mining for quite a while. And now he's looking at a 40 probe mineral stack. He does have a lot of gas though. Well, he can pretty much use all of his probes for minerals, so that's actually pretty good. And his minerals are going up pretty quick actually, pretty quick. The problem is mostly he doesn't have supply space, and Hamburger does. And Hamburger can just keep adding on units slowly but surely, even though his minerals are in the dumpster. Oh yeah, slowly pushing through. The Guardians are just peeling away at the outer layers, doing such a great job. And now he's telling 4-8, get out, get out, get out. Naga and Naga, Naga. Naga, Naga, Naga. And yes, 4-8 leaves the game. Hamburger wins the game, is victorious after 36 minutes and 10 seconds. He can call himself the victor. Really well played there, really well played. Exciting match. The latter half was very exciting. Great play from both players. But perhaps the wrong strategy from 4-5-8. Perhaps the wrong strategy from our hero, 4-5-8. That's it for today. 4-8 against Hamburger. Great match, great long Zerg against Protoss, and a great victory for the Zerg. It was RGB TV for RGB TV. That made no sense. Anyway, see you soon again.